Okay, so the Doctor Who 20th anniversary of New Who documentary has just been released this morning, and I gave it a little watch, and I've picked out some highlights that I think stand out overall to all you international viewers who I don't think have received this yet, and I don't know if you will receive the full documentary, so if you don't, hello. So let's hop straight in, but before we do, drop a like, subscribe, you know the drill. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, it would mean the absolute world. But as always, let's hop straight into this. So the first thing that was noted, Billie Piper and David Tennant, they sat down together, they did their interviews mostly together throughout the whole documentary. And Tennant was talking about when he first came into the role in 2006 as the Doctor for Series 2, where Rose, Billie Piper, was his companion. However, Billie has stated in this interview that she wasn't too sure whether she wanted to continue, and she actually said, I'm pretty sure, not to directly quote, but she said something along the lines of, I didn't want to do it. She didn't want to, but she did it anyway, and that to me is interesting, because if she's coming back now and she didn't want to do it, then it means that Series 2 must have been so much better than Series 1. We've heard Eccleston slam Series 1 for being, they fell behind in production. He said that people were treated badly behind the scenes, and look, this is all liable, I'm sure, I wasn't there, I have no idea, but according to Eccleston, this is what's been said, and according to Billie saying that she wanted to leave, you can only sort of believe these a tiny bit more, but again, they could be completely fabricated and made up lies. Another funny thing that I noticed, we had former companions, Amy, Rory, Rose, Bill, Yaz, they all were there, and they all said the same thing about filming in Cardiff for Doctor Who. They all said that they just were always so cold when they were doing night shoots and even day shoots sometimes, that there were so many shots of them all having to wear these massive coats, and then obviously when it comes to the filming, they have to take these coats off, and they are just freezing. They're doing jumping jacks, they're jogging on the spot, just trying to get some warmth into them, because Wales is so cold. Billie, Karen, Pearl, Arthur, Mandip, they were all saying the same thing. It was just so cold filming on streets, and David Tennant said it as well, just filming on a Cardiff street at night time, it is so cold. And Doctor Who's a long shoot, so you can only respect our troopers out there on the grind. There's a segment in this documentary where Stefan Powell, who hosts, went to the lighthouse where the fugitive Doctor reveal happened back in 2020, I believe. And this is where the Ruth is revealed to be the Doctor, and the TARDIS is buried underground. Well, Stefan went to visit the lighthouse owners, who's a couple. They seem very, very nice, and they say that Doctor Who fans come to the lighthouse all the time. They'll knock on the door and say, where's the TARDIS buried? Where's this? Where was this filmed? Da da da. And they love it, and I like that. That's very nice. It's very nice to see location people, because they also went to the shop, the DVD store in Blink, Sparrow and Nightingale, but obviously it's not called that in real life. They went there, and they've all got positive things to say about Doctor Who. They've all got positive things saying, when they came to film, it was great. We had a great time. The set, the cast and crew were lovely. We had the best time, and they welcome them back all the time, which I think is great. It's great. It shows that the cast and crew are genuinely nice people. It's not just like a Hollywood film set where as long as they get the take, that's all they care about. No, it seems that they do give off friendly vibes to people who they are working with, which is very, very nice. And a cool addition to this as well is they didn't tell the owners of the lighthouse what the plot twist was, that Ruth was the Doctor. They let them stay on set for all the filming until the big twist, when they were told to leave. They were told to leave their own premises because they didn't want to get spoiled. They didn't want to spoil the idea. They didn't want to leak it. Maybe Russell should take some ideas from that, because everything gets leaked nowadays. But yeah, they were told just to shoo whilst they filmed, and the people said, great decision, because that plot twist you can never see coming. I saw it coming, but besides the point. Now, classic Doctor Who Unleashed fashion, they're like, at the end, we've got this exclusive interview with Billie Piper talking about coming back to the role. Turns out when she filmed that, she didn't even know she was coming back. Or she did, but no one else did. So basically, this was filmed, I think, a few months ago. I think it was just after March, maybe April time. This was filmed, and everyone was like, yeah, let's get Billie Piper back. David Tennant, obviously they would have wanted Chris, but Christopher Eccleston is made his opinions very clear online that he does not want to come back to anything mainstream Doctor Who, probably ever. If you don't know, get online. There's so many YouTube videos talking about it. I mean, it is a real shame. I did have a little bit of hope in me. I knew it wouldn't happen, but I had a bit of hope in me this morning when I opened up iPlayer that maybe Eccleston had done an interview. and maybe he'd spoken to Russell and they'd made up after their falling out, which didn't happen. And it does make me sad because I love Eccleston as a Doctor. He is my Doctor. He was my Doctor. Then Capaldi came along and I like Capaldi as well. But initially in Doctor Who, Eccleston was my favourite. My family didn't get it. My family were all Matt Smith and David Tennant lovers, and I was like, no, I like this Eccleston bloke. And they were like, no. Because they'd seen rumours online, he'd left after the first series. Why would you do that if you were at peace with the show? They thought he was some bad guy, but I love Eccleston, man, and it's such a shame we didn't get to see the guy who brought it back on telly to be on this documentary, but it's his own choice and you can only respect it. Anyway, back to Billie. I think this further confirms that she was just a last minute addition. She wasn't planned to be the 16th Doctor from the start. I think she was just dragged in over the past few weeks because when filming this, nobody knew she was coming back, and I don't even know if she knew she was coming back, but she said some things. She mentioned that she'd be really up for coming back and that she doesn't really feel like she's ever left, because with Doctor Who, there's always a way to make someone come back. That's what I find great about it, Yes, Rose is sealed off in a parallel universe, but Russell can write some technobabble. Oh, time shifted an inch and there's a tiny little gap and Rose came back through with the Meta-Crisis Doctor. Yeah, sure, that's what's happened. You know what I mean? Like, you can just take it on board. It's a Doctor Who, it's sci-fi, technobabble. Anything can happen. Which leads me to my theory that I believe Billie Piper is a reincarnation of the Bad Wolf, which came from the centre of the TARDIS, because there was a little weird shot when Ncuti was regenerating. There was a weird shot of the TARDIS console, so I think she's Bad Wolf, she's come back, and she is going to bi-generate at the end into the 17th Doctor, or 16th Doctor. I don't think she's the 16th Doctor, I think she's Bad Wolf, but she's going to bi-generate into the 16th Doctor, alongside staying with David Tennant. I think it's going to be David Tennant and Billie Piper live there happily ever after as the Bad Wolf and the bi-generated 14th Doctor chilling out in the garden with the nobles, and I think it's going to be ace. I'm more up for it now. I wasn't up for it to start with Billie Piper coming back. I just think we're stuck in the past, but now IDGAF. Do what you want, Russell. Just make good telly, please. Cheers. All in all, I did like this as a celebration. I do feel like they were just trying to make an hour towards the end. They just started interviewing like cast and crew for now, which is good to show the evolution, but do we really care that much? Not really. I'm here to see my favourite companions and doctors and showrunners and not new stuff, which you've seen all over the past 2 years anyway, but it's fine. I would recommend watching. Obviously I've picked out some things here, but the whole thing as an experience is very, very cool, so I would recommend watching if you get the chance. But yeah, for now, I've been Sam. I'll see you again very, very soon. Please do like and subscribe if you could. It means the absolute world. And if you want to leave a super thanks in the comments, it's about £2 minimum. Gives me a little bit of money, helps me out, and just always I'll appreciate your support. But of course you don't have to. Just leave a comment. Tell me you like the video, or you hated the video, or you like my hair, or you hate my hair, or you like my insane glasses, or you hate my insane glasses. It's up to you. Do what you please. But like I say, for now, I've been Sam. I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye, and play Duggadoo.